Lactation accommodation is an important and often misunderstood area of workplace compliance. While federal law establishes a baseline, California employers are subject to significantly stronger requirements. In this video, we'll explain what the Federal Pump Act requires, how California law goes further, and what employers must do to stay compliant while supporting lactating employees. Our agenda includes the federal baseline, California's specific extensions, and a step-by-step guide to maintaining compliance in your organization. Let's begin with federal law. The Providing Urgent Maternal Protections, or PUMP Act, amended the Fair Labor Standards Act and applies to employers of all sizes. Under the PUMP Act, employers must provide reasonable break time to express breast milk for nearly all employees, including salaried workers. A private space that is not a bathroom, shielded from view, and free from intrusion must be provided for up to 1 year after a child's birth. Protections cover almost all employees. While small employers under 50 people may seek exemptions, the undue hardship bar is extremely high. This exception is narrow and difficult to prove, requiring significant evidence that providing accommodation would cause extreme difficulty or expense. California law provides broader and more detailed protections. Employers must comply with both, but when standards differ, California's stricter rules apply. The first major difference: California has no time limit on lactation accommodations, unlike the 1-year federal baseline. This means employers must provide lactation accommodations for as long as an employee needs to express breast milk, regardless of the child's age. Accommodation must be maintained for the entire duration of the employee's lactation period, ensuring continuous support for working parents. California also sets higher standards for the space itself. A compliant lactation room must be safe, clean, and close to the employee's work area. The space must be shielded from view and free from intrusion. It cannot contain hazardous materials and must be strictly maintained for hygiene. The space must include a seat, a surface for pumping equipment and personal items, and reliable access to electricity. In addition, employers must provide nearby access to a sink with running water and a refrigerator suitable for storing breast milk safely. Critically, bathrooms, even private ones, never qualify as lactation spaces under California law. Next, let's look at the mandatory written policy. California requires employers to maintain a written lactation accommodation policy. This policy must clearly explain the employee's right to request it. The policy must cover the request process, the employer's obligation to respond, and the employee's right to file a complaint with the labor commissioner. Employers must distribute this policy in handbooks to new hires during onboarding and whenever an employee inquires about parental leave. California enforces these laws aggressively. Potential consequences include 1 hour of pay at the employee's regular rate for each violation. Civil penalties of $100 per violation may also apply, alongside exposure to serious discrimination or retaliation claims. Under California law, breastfeeding and lactation are protected characteristics. Employers may not deny promotions or career opportunities because of them. It is illegal to discipline employees for taking lactation breaks or to create a hostile work environment for those requesting accommodation. California law allows flexibility. Multi-purpose rooms can be used as long as lactation use takes priority when needed by an employee. Special rules also apply to agricultural work sites, which may use enclosed, shaded spaces that meet all other hygiene and privacy requirements. Employers must provide breaks each time an employee needs to express milk. These should align with paid breaks whenever possible. While additional time may be unpaid, travel time to and from the lactation space does not count against the allotted break time. As a best practice, expect 2 to 3 pumping breaks during an 8-hour shift, with each session lasting 15 to 30 minutes. If pumping occurs during an already paid break, that time must remain paid. Now, let's look at the step-by-step compliance guide. California applies the undue hardship exception very narrowly. Scheduling challenges or minor room sharing inconveniences typically do not qualify. Most employers can comply with low-cost, practical solutions. Start by auditing your workplace to identify compliant lactation spaces. Second, create a written policy that meets all legal requirements. Third, distribute that policy widely through all standard channels. Fourth, train your managers on employee rights and privacy. Finally, respond promptly to all requests and document accommodations. Responsive management and clear documentation are your best defenses against compliance disputes and legal risks. Avoid common mistakes like providing only a bathroom, which is a major violation, or requiring unnecessary medical documentation. Do not automatically limit accommodations to 1 year and never fail to provide the mandatory written policy to every employee. Other mistakes include locating rooms too far from work areas or providing inadequate privacy or hygiene access. Why lactation accommodation makes business sense. Beyond legal compliance, strong support leads to higher employee retention and reduced absenteeism. You'll see improved morale and engagement, a stronger employer brand, and a significantly lower risk of discrimination claims. Supporting lactating employees is both a strict legal obligation and a very smart business decision for modern employers. California's lactation laws reflect a clear policy choice. Working parents deserve meaningful, practical support in the workplace. Employers who proactively comply protect their businesses, reduce risk, and build respectful, inclusive workplaces, a major competitive advantage. Thank you for watching. For expert guidance on California HR compliance and practical solutions, visit kphr.com. Stay informed and stay compliant. Visit kphr.com for the latest employment law updates and expert workplace HR solutions.